Hello YouTube. And Facebook looks completely blank. Hi beach lovers. All right, so I've got two streams going on. So I'm gonna go back and forth between cameras here and there. So I apologize if I'm not making great eye contact. Okay. So basically today we're waiting on Hurricane Dorian to come through, as most of you are, because I know a lot of you are in Orlando. And well, I've been taking this as an opportunity to paint, and I figured I'd just come in the studio, get a little bit of painting done, maybe share what I'm working on. No tutorials, no lessons today. I just kind of want to show you guys what I'm working on. As you know, I do love my curls. This is one of my latest. It's going to be going to Dead Lizard Brewery. And I'm trying to get a few more about the same size done to take over. And I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to turn my back to you. Having all this free time has given me an opportunity to get a little painting done. So this one, usually I just reference a photo. There's a lot of good pictures and I just kind of use it to get an idea of what I want, or I ask permission from a photographer. This time, this is purely, I've done enough of them now that I don't really need the photographs anymore in order to determine what I'm going to do. So I drew it out and I created a mountain area and some sky, and I wanted to have some sun in the sky. You can see it here and a little bit behind the top of the wave. And I sketched it out in my sketchbook, so I'll show you. Here we go. And generally, I'll sketch it and then I'll do watercolor. But in this case, I didn't really need to do that. Watercoloring my sketches just gives me a good idea of brush strokes. In this case, I really just wanted to plan out the colors that I was going to use for my painting. And I like it, so I figured I'd just paint with you for a little bit and hopefully you enjoy. I won't keep you on here for too long. I know it's everybody's got a lot to do. So we've not boarded up the house yet. I did my grocery shopping Friday and got a ton of canned goods. We've been putting water in large bottles and Coke bottles, and I bought a container that can hold some water from the sink instead of going out and buying bottled water. And because really we have drinks, we need water in case we need to cook. I bought a lot of pasta because we can use pot on the grill and cook some spaghetti. And you know, it's so funny because when we had a hurricane, oh gosh, when Taylor was in elementary school, we had 3 hurricanes and we were without electricity for 3 weeks straight. That's the first time it's ever happened to me. And I mean, we were taking cold showers. We were able to get out of the neighborhood, but there was no electricity. So we used up a lot of candles, a lot of flashlights, lots of batteries. And the main thing was cooking, and I was like, I did not realize, I don't know why it didn't cross my mind, that you can just cook on a grill just like you do on a regular stove. I always thought of it as grilling meat, but using pots, you can cook soup and Chef Boyardee and all that fun stuff, and which, you know, that makes a really big difference. So I knew more how to prepare this time as far as food goes and not to worry too much that anything we eat had to be non-cookable. It just needed to be non-perishable. Something not in the fridge. And we've been eating all the food out of our refrigerator, and now Dorian is taking his sweet time getting here. So we actually may have to go grocery shopping in the next day or so. But we've still got a little bit left to eat. aside from our dry goods that we've got packed away. Anyway, so in the meantime, I've been trying to get a lot of painting done and working on a little bit of curl. So I'd love to know if everybody's ready. Do you have your canned goods? Do you have your water stocked up? Is your house boarded up? We're boarding up tomorrow. And some of you may know we have a camper as well, and it's usually on the side of the house, but we rent it, and we've got renters in the camper, so we've got to go pick that up tomorrow. So we're actually very thankful that Dorian is taking his sweet time, so that our renters could enjoy their vacation, and we have time to go pick up the camper hopefully without getting completely drenched. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And as you can see, I've already gotten a good start on my curls. I always do several layers. So with the curls, generally what I do is I'll put in my background first, but I have some lines drawn in blue chalk pencil, and I had some in yellow, just to lay down the lines of where I want everything to go. And I've got my first layer of acrylic paint. So what I try to do is I try to get some nice contrast in here. I'll get some dark phthalo blue is my favorite. And then for this one, I wanted to get some nice turquoise and some light coming in here. And then I'm going to have some nice light coming through here because it's just a sunrise. There's yellow light back here that I want to be able to peek in through here. So that's my big plan for that. All right, so let's get started. And I have to tell you, I bought these Artist Loft paints, level 2. And as nice as it is, I still prefer the Academy, Grumbacher Academy level 2 paint. So I just love it. I mean, it's a little bit thicker. I feel like I get more for my money. The only problem with these, the tubes are nice on these because they close really well, but these, the tops break off, and then I end up putting plastic and then screwing the caps on over them because they split. I don't know why that happens. So that tends to be a little disappointing. All right, so I'm gonna put down some phthalo blue, some turquoise. So right now, I know you can't see my palette. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and put in some yellow. I'll get it all down now and I'll see. And a little bit of white because these are gonna be, I'm gonna get a little bit more of the dark water, and then I'm gonna put in some light reflections. Facebookers, I'm sorry if the color is really light, let me know. And if you can't hear me, please let me know. You know, I want to make sure that you're able to hear me okay. And I will try this again soon because I'm out of practice and I really like the live streaming. I know they make for long videos, but it's been a lot of fun. And you know, it's just me painting in the studio, so I'm going to see if I can bring this a little bit closer for you. You can kind of see what's going on. Alrighty. All right, so here I'm gonna start with my phthalo blue, and I will actually pick this up a little bit. So as you can see, I have a tendency to paint on the sides. I try to do that as I'm going. Now sometimes you get so into the painting that you just kind of forget, and then you go back. And I don't do the bottoms until the very end, because obviously I don't want it to stick. Okay, so anytime I'm doing anything near the bottom with a small easel, I have to be aware that I don't want it to stick and I need to be able to get down in there. So I'll bring it off, and fortunately acrylics dry really quickly. So I am getting a second layer in. I want this area to be nice and dark. Dark, dark, dark. All right, because we're in the bottom of the wave. This is going to be where your water is the deepest. So if you don't know anything about the anatomy of a wave, you end up with really, as the wave picks up the water and curls it around like this, it's becoming more shallow here, which is why your water is lighter here. And then it's really thin at the top, and your light comes through the top of the wave, which is why you get the yellow or green turquoisey color at the top of the wave. All right. Pretty sure everybody who watches this knows the anatomy of a wave because we pretty much all surf. And no, I did not go out to surf Hurricane Dorian because I am smarter than that. I did look. I looked up Surfline because I wanted to see if there was any good waves, and it's all poor surf, and that's okay. It's okay. I've been out surfing when hurricanes were coming, and it's okay. It's really rough. It's like a washing machine, and I actually got a little seasick out there one time. So no, I'm not excited about going out and surfing during a hurricane. Thank you very much. All right, so I've added a little white to my phthalo blue because we're gonna get a little bit of light reflections in here. As you can see, we still want some of that dark blue right in there. Hope you can see. I'm not used to painting like this. That was a big blob. I blobbed it. I got to remove my blob. All right, here we go. Usually I end up doing lots of layers. So anytime I do the curl paintings, I know I did a tutorial and I managed to do it in about an hour. Hi, Susan. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, you watch Bob Ross? That's fun. I've watched a few Bob Ross videos, and there's one. Oh, I went to a Bob Ross painting class last year. That was really cool. So they do that out in Ormond Beach. And it's great because I learned how to do clouds. One of my, clouds are my arch nemesis. They are so difficult. But it's fun. Should try it. Channel your inner Bob Ross. We could totally do it and have some painting sessions in here together. So here I brought in, let's see, this is a turquoise green. The turquoise green, and I'm kind of bringing it in to the top where it's got more of a turquoise color. Do you notice you like my jacket? Look, it's now my painting jacket. This was my good hoodie, now it's my painting jacket. And these, I'll show you my butt, are my painting shorts because I have a tendency to go like this. Yep. That's how I do it. It's true. I do that. All right, getting a little bit of yellow in here. All right. So to get these curl lines, I use a flat brush. And you know, I just kind of move it around a little bit, change some colors, keep it interesting. And then I'm going to bring some of my turquoise down in here, maybe down a little bit lower. I like it to be a little bit thick. I like it to look like reflections of light in there. And we like the texture. I like to paint texture because I love to buy paintings with texture in them. It just feels so much more alive. Sometimes I do this with a medium and sometimes I just use the brush. It really just depends on my mood. I'm in a good mood today. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow. I'm gonna lighten up some of this up here. Oh, there we go. So you can see that this doesn't look very yellow up here, but if we bring it down in here, it looks more like yellow light reflections. All right, looks pretty cool. All right, let's see. And I've confiscated Steve's little towels and turned them into paint towels. I did get permission to do this. It's good stuff. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna bring a little bit of yellow in here. And then I'm going to just it's whatever I feel like is going to look the best. So I want to get those lines from the underside of the curl. Right. Trying to give this more of the feel of the large curl that I did last year. That's maybe too much white, not enough yellow. Oh no. All right, lighten this up a little bit. And then I still want to leave that yellow up there. Let me get some of this under here. So this is where we're going to have some light poking through, so I actually do want more of that light in there. A little more white. You can see a pattern here. Kind of see, I want to keep along the curved line right in there. And I actually want to lighten this area up a lot right here. And if we bring it back and forth, those colors kind of merge. Yes, I make sound effects when I paint. If you're surprised, then you don't know me very well. Okay. All right. So eventually I'm going to go in with a gel medium, and the gel is going to at least come up here. And I like to do my reflections of light with gel also because I want you to be able to see the blue. But before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit more of this. Let me rinse my paintbrush off. All right, we're going to get a little bit more And here it's just a matter of whatever I feel like looks right. Right, so we've got a little wave breaking close to shore, and the foam is eventually going to get up to the beach. Hopefully I didn't just put paint on my nose. Nope. Okay. Let's see. So light reflections. So I'm going to take a little bit of my phthalo blue, some white, maybe a little bit of yellow. I'm going to get a little bit of that in here. Doo, doo, doo. All right. Pretty darn green. We need more yellow. More yellow, lots more yellow. And maybe a little white. All right. So when I use this gel gloss medium, I was about to stick it back in there. I don't want to do that. Gel gloss, it gives it some texture and shine when it dries. I like them to be super shiny. And you can use a brush or a palette knife. I use both. So the reason I use the gel is because it does have a somewhat transparency to it, so that you can see. There we go. When I put it on there, I can put it on nice and thick, but it doesn't take away from the blue. You can see I've got it pretty thick on my brush. It doesn't need to be that thick on my brush, but so that was one of the things in the first painting I ever tried. And the reason that I used the gel medium wasn't for the texture, it was for the transparency effect. Right? Because even though the light reflections are there, it's not like yellow. I mean, everything is see-through, it's all transparent. There's blue underneath, it's just a reflection of light. So I like that to kind of come across. So I'm going to add a few more here. I can put them on my other reflections, as you can see here. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be separated out. So my light source is right back here. So it's going to send a lot of light here. Do a little bit more yellow here. I like the idea of the thicker. There we go. And I do have a tendency to wipe my brush off on my shirt, but I'm not going to do that. If you couldn't tell already. All right. All right. Let's see. Since I already have the gel, the yellow mixed, I am going to, I bought this cute little palette knife for my smaller paintings. This is pretty bright, but it's very transparent. So I'm going to go ahead and just, not sure how I'm going to do this so that you can see what I'm doing. So let's just do, let's see. Can you see me? Can you see? Can you see? Not my finest. Now we got a little bit of movement going on there. So, like, I don't usually do it from this angle, but I want to make sure you can see. Maybe that's not helpful. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, I keep using new clothes as painting clothes, and Steve does most of the laundry and he sees it, and then he's like, please put your jacket on. Please stop ruining your clothes. So that's where we are. I'm ruining all my clothes. Let's see. So I'm going to move it down and move this up. This part is going to go at a bit of an angle like this. I just pull it around. Fortunately, the gel doesn't dry as fast as the paint does. Acrylic paint dries super fast, but the gel, not so much. All right, well, that's not bad. All right, here, I'll show you. All right, Facebook friends. Ooh. All right, YouTubers. So fancy. And I will say that it dries about how it goes on. So if it looks super opaque, if it's not very transparent, that's how it's going to dry. So just be aware. So I have learned that I don't really like to put white. It's better just to put less of a color in my gel. So here, I'm going to put a little bit of turquoise in here with this. You see, it makes it super dark. Super dark. Ooh, super dark. Okay, it's not as green as it looks. Or maybe it is. Too much yellow. Too much yellow. Maybe more gel. That's the whole point. Glistening, Susan, yeah. I definitely want it to look like it's water. But I don't know. I like the shininess. It's really cool. And then when I varnish, I can use a gloss varnish mixture that is glossy also, so it keeps that glossy texture. And I don't have to varnish where this thick gloss already is. I only need to varnish in the areas where I haven't put the gloss, because the gloss will protect the paint. All right. So here we go. I added more gel. As you can see, I think you can see it lighten the color a lot. So then I'm going to add, can you see, some in here. And I usually start from the left side and work my way over. So when I'm up towards the top here, see how you can see the colors underneath? I like that. I want to be able to see those, but I also want this to be very evident. And I'm leaving this area without color because I am going to be putting some white foam in there, but I'll have to do that tomorrow. And these paintings, usually if I were to sit down and do them in a week, it would probably take the entire week, at least 4 days, because I have to allow the gel to dry in between layers. Because you don't want to paint on it when it's tacky. There's some red in there. How did that get in there? That's weird. Oh, there's some red on my palette underneath my gel. Boop. All right. Okay. And then I also like to go in and I make these little, so I want some water motion in here. I don't know if you can see that there. I like to just kind of do some of this. Get some so you can see the movement, because it's not just going to be straight. Especially underneath. On top, it may look a little bit more like the lines that you're seeing, but here, you're going to have more movement. But you can still see those streaks of light underneath. I apologize if you can't see my face. Hopefully you can hear my voice. Unless you think my voice is annoying, then hopefully you can't hear my voice. All right. Curls are my favorite. They're the most relaxing, I think, just because it's just a constant flow of paint. There's no real structure going on. And it's super relaxing because it can be whatever I want it to be, right? Here we go. I like to get all those little curves. It's really kind of fun because the water is not, it's kind of all over the place, right? It's just movement is what I want to see. Lots and lots of movement. All right, so then where can I put this? Where can I put the paint? I should have brought paper towels. All right. Now I'm going to do this little area. And so we'll need some new gel for that. I do go through a lot of gel. This little container, when it's not on sale, it's like 20 bucks. But thank goodness Michaels and Hobby Lobby put their stuff on sale. I'll maybe a little more. Okay. I'm going to split this up into 2 sections. All right, I'm going to do a tiny bit of the phthalo blue in one section. I just dipped my palette knife in because I want to keep it super, super light. All right, so that's going to be for this right here. Who knows, I may go over it with white foam, but for right now, it's just moving water. I tend to just use the tip. I prefer to use the tips. Like this. Get a little bit more up in here. All right, hopefully you all can see that. I will show you. I promise to bring it closer so you can see what's going on. Okay. And then I will add a little bit more in here so it'll mix with this green a little bit so that there's a transition. which I really like it when I get that transition in there. And there's even going to be a few places in here where there's a little bit of just light, just so that you can see there's some transition there. Okay. All right, so this is the top of the wave. Ooh, fancy. YouTube. There you go. You can see the texture. Get the shimmer of the light. There's the sides. You can see I paint the sides. Okay. Alrighty, so then I'm going to take what's left of my gel and I'm going to put some phthalo blue on it. And let's see, I'm thinking, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the turquoise. I'm going to do the turquoise, yep. Not too much because if you put too much, it just gets way too dark. It's funny, you'd think that with the gloss gel, which is transparent, that it wouldn't make a difference in how much you use, but it does. Enjoy dinner. Bye, Susan. All right. All right, so here we go. I know the colors aren't right on this screen. I feel like YouTube shows it a little bit better, maybe a little too bright, but you know, if you really want to see what the colors look like, wait till I post them upon completion on my website. All right, I feel like I've got something good here. I'll wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to come into this area where we've got our transition of color. And I want to get just a little bit more, bring it back up into here a little bit. Right? Can you see? Am I in your way? I feel like maybe I'm in your way. All right. Anyway. If for nothing else, for the replay. All right. Okay. Gotta be really careful because you leave them too long, then those gels start to dry. And then it gets to be a mess. So I really gotta work kind of fast in order for this to work properly. It's so quiet in the house, it's weird. It's like what's happening? Where did everybody go? All right, here we go. Good. I'm hoping that the camera is focusing on the painting and not just on me so that it's not too blurry. I know it has a tendency to decide to focus on me. Here we go. And the gel on my palette can dry pretty quickly. I've learned that over the past year, so I kind of gotta just move it and then move on and then hopefully not get picked up in some of this extra. Okay. So now that I've done that, I've got some of this. I'm going to get a little bit more transition up in here. FYI, if you've not been out of the house during this pre-Dorian day, there are still some restaurants open. And stores will probably be open through tomorrow. All right, how long's it been? Well, I've got 30% power on my phone, so that one's gonna quit soon, and I'm plugged in over here. Won't keep you on too long. I just wanted to go through a little bit of the process just so you can kind of see what I'm doing, how I do my curl paintings. Now my curls are basically my signature paintings. They're my absolute favorite to paint. So I feel like I'm always going to have them. There's always going to be new additions to the curl series. And one of the things I work on is just kind of keeping them new and interesting, changing the backgrounds, you know, keep some the same and then switch them up a little bit. So that's one of the things I like to do. All right, so I'm going to bring a little bit more gel down in here. And like I said, I will go back over with gel in the rest of my painting. So I like to bring it down. You can see where the yellow is. And I may go back in with some more yellow. I've still got some. It's probably just drying up. Here we go. I'll get some of this down into the darker. And then you'll be able to see as it dries, you can see the blue underneath it. So you can see through that light turquoise, through the turquoise to the dark blue that is behind it. Here we go. That's what I like to see. And I'm not going to do too much of that. We will get, let's see, I think I'm going to get some nice turquoise. Let's do this. Here we go. It does actually turn out better with a brush, but we'll just throw some little reflections in there. And I'm going to take my brush out. I'll just do some of this. Oh, look, it's hard as a rock. That's what I get. Alrighty. Alrighty, daddy. Do, 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 do. And here we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, I've got my hands all into everything. Awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this dry until tomorrow. I'm going to put some more light reflections. Oh, I wanted to get some orange in there too. Let's see, I don't have any orange gel. That's okay. Let's see. While we're here, might as well go ahead and do it now, right? Let's see. I always use a clean palette knife. Yeah. All right, so I'll get some orange. And I never glaze over with just the clear gloss. You can. I have seen people do that for some of their prints, and I have considered doing some prints like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Ooh, just making messes. Yeah. So paint's dried up around the top of my tube, making it hard to put the top on. That's okay. It happens. All right. So I would like a medium amount of orange. Now I've not decided if I'm going to do, or I should say what my next tutorial is going to be. I do want to do some more tutorials. I just haven't had anything planned out. I've been working on my new Surfer Girl series, and that's taken up the majority of my free time. Yeah, I've got some dried up pieces, so I'll make sure I get all of that out so everything I have is good. Ooh, looks nice and smooth. Okay. All right, so here I'm going to show you the difference. All right. So first, Facebook. This is the paint, And then this is the paint with the gloss. It thins it out, makes it lighter, it's more transparent, but the color is actually lighter. So if I would put more, it makes the color darker. And then YouTube, same thing. This is the paint. This is the paint in the gel. So you can see the difference. I see I'm getting near an hour. Wow, I'm not much of a talker when you meet me in person, but apparently when I'm in front of a camera or if I'm on YouTube, I can't shut up, so sorry. All right, so I'm gonna do some of these reflections, and I don't want to use the palette knife for this. I'm gonna use my brush. All right. And I have it marked off in my little book. So I wanted to get a little bit of orange back here. So you're not gonna be able to see until I bring it to you, but I'm putting some of those curved white reflections here. All right, and then I'm gonna mix some of that yellow in with this orange. Why? Why not? Let's just do it. Give us a slightly different color. All right, and then we're gonna get those in here as well. I'm gonna just send those on their own little path. Hopefully my head's not in your way. On their own little path down here. It's gonna be our all right. Oh, I like it. I like it. Looks good. All right, so I'm gonna stop with the gel for now. I'm gonna go back in with some color. And then I'm gonna stop taping because we're just about done here. I don't wanna go over an hour. Like I said, it's not a tutorial. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you and let you see what's going on in my studio. Oh, before I go, I guess I should stop and talk to you about my latest project, which I put around here somewhere. Here we go. All right, these are canvas prints. Hello, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am about, because these are just absolutely beautiful. All right, here we go. So for my next giveaway, right now we're in September, beginning of September 2019. So I am going to be doing a giveaway, and the giveaway will happen in August. It'll be after, I'm going to be in the Winter Springs Arttoberfest in October, and I'm going to be taking signups, and we're going to do a giveaway for a canvas print of your choice, which is going to be from my Surfer Girl series, because I have those all ready to go. They've not gone up for sale yet, but they are coming, and I would like to do a giveaway, and then it'll be framed. So, and the prints come from RT Art here in Orlando, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So that's going to be my next giveaway, and I'll put the information in the description once this goes live, so you can sign up for my email list, or if you go to my website, artisticsurf.net, you can you'll be prompted to enter your email address, and that'll put you in for the giveaway, and I'll be pulling for that, like I said, in October after the Arttoberfest, which I'm not exactly sure what the date is that is, so I'll be doing it just before Halloween. All right, so I won't do it on the 31st, but I'll do it within that time period, so we'll get it done before November comes, because I'd really like to have one last giveaway over Christmas, probably in January, and I'm excited to be able to do it because I had so much fun with my last giveaway. So hopefully Hopefully you'll win, but you can't win if you don't sign up. All right, so I'll put the information in the description below, and stay safe, please, everybody. Get your hurricane prep in, and then check in after the hurricane. Let's make sure everybody's safe. All right? Bye. See ya. All right, bear with me while I shut these down.